You guys hear my dog in the background? She's going
Yes.
crazy inside. Psycho. All right. Everyone's cameras on? Brian, are you there? Omar, are you there? We're starting.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Okay. Today we are going to be working on something. Last week we did poems for the whole week, which you guys did an awesome job with. You guys are going to be able to dive deeper into poetry later on in your school career. So we're going to switch gears a little bit today and the rest of the week, and we're going to be revisiting some things that we've already learned. So it kind of should be review and maybe a little practice, and then we might just be adding a little bit more on top of what you already know, okay? These are our learning targets for today. Who wants to read them for me? Marwan, can you read the first one?
I can show where I found my answer in text.
Beautiful. Who can read the second one? Go ahead, Faith.
Can ask questions relating to the text.
Good. I can ask questions relating to a text. So you guys might notice that this sounds kind of familiar, right? We've done a lot of work with finding your answers in a text. We did this when we were in school working with race response, and where you had to come up with your answer and then go back into the text and cite, right? That's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. We're just going to keep practicing with that. So who can tell me very quickly, what does informational mean? Does anybody remember what this big word means? Informational. Shalia?
Like you're giving information to someone?
Yeah, kind of. So you're giving information to someone. If I'm talking about an informational text or an informational article, what do you think it's going to give us?
I think it's gonna give us something like information text is gonna give us.
You kind of just said it. What word do you notice? An informational.
It's gonna give us
Let me put it in a sentence. What if I said, today we're going to read an informational text about polar bears? What do you think, what's that text going to give us?
It's gonna be about it's gonna give us information about polar bears.
You got it, girl. So do you think informational texts are fiction, meaning not real, or nonfiction, meaning real?
Non-fiction.
Good, nonfiction. So today we're going to be working with informational texts, and informational texts are nonfiction, meaning they give us real information about whatever it is we're reading about, okay? So we're going to do some reading, and I want you guys to follow along with me. Make sure you're muted. So 3rd and 4th graders need to be able to go back into a text and show evidence of where you found your answer. You guys have done this before. We're just going to keep practicing with it. So we're going to practice today, and you're going to listen to me read an article about Jesse Owens. Has anybody heard of Jesse Owens? Give me a raise of hand if you've heard of him. No? All right, we're going to learn a little bit about him. Follow along with me. James Cleveland Owens was born on September 12, 1913 in Alabama. The son of a sharecropper, James, nicknamed Jesse by a teacher, would go on to accomplish great things during a time that was difficult for African Americans. At the age of 9, Jesse and his family moved to Cleveland, Ohio. It was there that his athletic career began, with him competing in several track events, such as the high jump, 100-yard dash, and 220-yard dash. By the time Jesse was a senior in high school, he had broken several school and world records in these events. What do we know about Jesse so far? What was he good at?
breaking high score. Sports.
Okay, so I heard sports. I think Alicia said he broke records, or he made a high score, right?
He was good at events.
He was good at events, specifically in track, right? Track is a sporting event. Good. Because of his outstanding athletic performance in high school, Jesse received several scholarship offers from colleges trying to recruit him. Jesse, however, chose to attend the Ohio State University, a school that did not offer a track scholarship at the time. To help pay for the cost of school, Jesse worked several jobs in between his practice and class schedule, all the while also supporting his wife, Ruth. Okay. Do you guys know what a scholarship is? Anybody? Shalia, what's a scholarship?
A
Bet you your
scholarship.
brother maybe got some.
Yeah, a scholarship is when like you work and like you get like money for school.
Yeah, you got it. So a scholarship is when if you're really smart or you work really hard or you're really good at something, a college will offer you a scholarship, which is pretty much they just give you money to go to their school, right? So he was so good that they offered him scholarship. Okay? I'm over on the right-hand side, the next page. During his time at OSU, Jesse set 3 world records and tied a fourth. It has been said that setting these world records is one of the greatest accomplishments an athlete has made in history. With his confidence soaring, Jesse decided to enter the 1936 Olympics, which were held in Nazi Germany. Hitler had hoped to prove that the German race was dominant in all aspects, including athletics. However, Jesse's performance proved him wrong. Not only did Jesse go on to win a gold medal in the track and field, but he became the first American track and field athlete to win 4 gold medals in a single Olympic game. In fact, it wasn't until 1984 when the record was beaten. Jesse's accomplishments had a great impact on Americans. During a time when segregation was prominent in all areas of the United States, Jesse's accomplishments showed that the individual was far more important than one's skin color. After the Olympics, Jesse would go on to share his story and accomplishments with many before passing away at 1980. All right, so what did we learn about Jesse Owens? We know that he's good at track. He broke a lot of records. What else?
He died at 1980.
Okay, so he died in 1980. Do you guys remember what the word segregation means?
Yeah, it means
It
you were slavery. You were in slavery.
Okay, segregation has something to do with slavery, I guess. Shalia?
Segregation is like when you separate people.
Yep, that's what I was looking for. So segregation, Marwan, is when you separate with something, right? So you can segregate a lot of things, but what this is talking about is, Marwan, goes back to your point about slavery. They were segregated into what?
Pieces?
Nope. We're talking about people.
Into bundles.
Segregation. They segregated the white people from the
Black people.
right. So they separated them, right? So Jesse Owens, do you think it was hard for him to go to the Olympics during this time?
Yeah.
Why?
Wait, was he black?
Yep. Jesse Owens was African American, so was.
They segregated white people from black people. That's why he couldn't. It was hard for him to go to the Olympics.
Kind of cut out there, but I think you got it correct. Shalia, did you say that this was during a time of segregation, so it was probably hard for him to go to the Olympics, right?
Yeah, because they were segregated.
Right, they were segregated, and not everybody had the same rights back at that time, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so what kind of character traits can we give to Jesse Owens? Alicia, what kind of person was Jesse?
40.
Sporty? Is that what you said? Yeah, so he was athletic. Sure. What else? He worked really hard to win those gold medals. So what kind of character trait could we give him? Personality trait. If you work really hard towards something.
He was a hard worker.
Yep, he was hard worker. Maybe a big word, dedicated. Have you heard of that word before? Yeah? Okay, so if you're dedicated to something, it means you work really hard towards it. You didn't give up. All right, now we are going to answer some questions regarding what we just read. I just want you guys to watch me first, and then we're gonna practice together, okay? When I'm doing this, I want you guys to tell me, what do you notice me doing, okay? So if I was given this question on a test, it says, what was the occupation of Jesse's parents when he was born? Ooh, this is a big word. Does anybody know what the word occupation means? I'll give you a hint. My occupation is a teacher. What does occupation mean?
Means
Christian, are you there?
your job.
Yep, good, Marwan. So my occupation is a teacher. That means my job is a teacher. So occupation means job. So what was the occupation of Jesse's parents when he was born? Well, I'm going to go back into the text because I might have remembered what they did for a job, but if I'm answering a question on a test, I don't want to just guess, right? I want to go back and actually find where it talks about Jesse's parents and what they do for a living, okay? So I remember it being somewhere towards the beginning. So I'm going to reread a little bit. It says, James Cleveland Owens was born on September 12th, 1913 in Alabama. Okay, that's not talking about his parents yet. The son of a sharecropper, James, nicknamed Jesse by a teacher, would go on to accomplish great things during a time that was difficult for African Americans. Okay, I'm going to pause because it just said something about the son of a sharecropper. James, nicknamed Jesse by a teacher. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that they're talking about his parents right here, right? So the son of a sharecropper. I'm going to have to go ahead and say that his parents were a sharecropper. Do you guys know what a sharecropper is? Anybody heard of a sharecropper?
A sharecropper?
Yeah, what does it sound like? Do you know what crops are? Kind of is touching base into our social studies knowledge a little bit.
It sounds like your property.
Kind of. Property. Do you guys know what a crop is?
A crop top?
No. Like corn, wheat, barley, vegetables.
Farmer?
Those are crops. Yeah, a farmer. Sure. So a sharecropper is kind of someone like...
A farmer.
Yeah, kind of like a farmer, someone who sells crops. Okay, that's what they did for a living. They planted things and sold things like maybe corn or grains, right? So I found that back in this text right here. It says the son of a sharecropper. So when I'm answering this question, I'm first of all going to restate. So the occupation of Jesse's parents was a sharecropper, right? And then I'm going to state where I found it. In the text, it says, in the text, or actually I'm going to say in paragraph 1 because that's more specific. So in paragraph 1, it states, and then I'm going to put it in quotes because remember, when we take something from a text, we got to have quotes. So it states, the son of a sharecropper, end quote. Period, end quote. Okay? So I went back into the text. I didn't just go off memory, and I actually found the specific part in the article. That's what you guys need to do, okay? Can anybody tell me what they noticed me doing when I was trying to answer that question? What were some things I was doing? Alicia, Christian, Omar, are you there? Faithy? Christian, what's one thing you noticed me doing? Gotta unmute yourself. Did I just go off of memory?
No.
No, what'd I do? What did I do? Did I just say, I think I remember them saying something about this? Want to phone a friend? Looks like Faith is jumping out of her seat over there. Do you want to choose Faith?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Faith. Go ahead.
You was back here text?
Yeah. Kristen, did you hear her? What did Faith just say? What did Faith say I did?
Ferris?
Faith, can you say it again?
You went back in the text?
Kristen, what did I do?
Manifest?
I went back into the text.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I went back to the text to find my answer. What else did I do, Marwan?
You
Quotation marks.
You have punctuation.
I do have punctuation. I appreciate that you noticed that. Faithy, what did you say?
Put quotation.
Oh, I used quotation marks. That means I took something right from the text to prove my answer, right? All right. These are some things I want you guys to focus on. One, going back into the text, not just going off of memory, and using quotations to prove your evidence that you found to support your answer. So we're gonna try one together, okay? Let's try this first question together. It says, when did Jesse get involved in track and field? So we are not just gonna be like, I remember it saying something about, I don't know, maybe 1940s, maybe, I don't know, right? We're not just gonna guess, we're gonna actually go back. So who can find in this text, maybe tell me what paragraph? What paragraph does it talk about him getting involved with track and field? I want everybody looking here. When did he get involved with track and field? Kristen, are you looking? Alicia, are you looking?
Mm-hmm.
Raise your hand when you think you got it. When did he become involved in track and field? Alicia, you got it? No?
Can you say that question again?
The question is, when did he get involved, meaning when did he start track and field? When did he start doing it? Maybe look for an age, maybe look for a year. Faith, you think you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. What paragraph?
Paragraph 2.
Paragraph 2, okay. And what?
When he was 9, he started it.
When he was 9. Does everybody see that? So if everyone puts their eyes on paragraph 2 right here, it says, at the age of 9, Jesse and his family moved to Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, that doesn't tell us he started, but if we keep reading, it says, it was there that his athletic career began, with him competing in several track events such as high jump, 100-yard dash, and 220-yard dash. By the time Jesse was a senior in high school, he had broken several school and world records in these events, right? So he didn't start in high school. He broke records in high school, right? So we can assume that shortly after he moved to Cleveland, Ohio, that's when he started his track and field career, right? He started at a really, really young age. So now who can help me type this question up? Who can give me a restatement? Shalia, can you give me a restatement? So the question is, when did Jesse get involved in track and field? How can we restate that?
Jesse got involved in track and field.
Hold on. I'm looking for Shalia. Hold on, Faithy. Shalia, you're muted.
Got in track and field because.
How about, remember, cross off your question words. So when did, we'll cross those off, right? What are we left over with?
Jesse got
Involved
in track and
field.
field.
Good. So that's your restatement. If we cross off this when did, let's see if I can make a strike through. How do we do this? I can do it. Maybe not. Oh man. All right. I'm trying to be tech savvy. It's not working. So if we cross off when did, we're left over with Jesse got involved in track and field, and now we can answer it. When he was 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we have to take evidence straight from the text. So we're going to say in paragraph 2, because that's what Faithy said, it states, and then we're going to put it in direct quotes. What's it say? At the age of 9, Jesse and his family moved to Cleveland, Ohio. It was there that his athletic career began. Oops. At the age of 9, Jesse moved to Cleveland, Ohio. It was there that his athletic career began. Oh God. Right? So did we find specific evidence in the text? Give me a head nod or a head shake. Did we find specific evidence in the text? Marwan gives me a thumbs up. Shalia, did we find specific evidence? Faith, did we find specific evidence?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right? This is what you guys need to be doing when you're answering questions. We can't really just go off of memory. You guys need to be able to answer the question and go right back to the text and find it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're only going to answer one more, and then we're going to do our assignment together. We're going to try something new this week where we're going to stay on Zoom and do our assignment together to see if maybe that helps you guys get your work completed. So then after we do our assignment, you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. Okay, so let's do one more together, and then we will go do your assignment. Let's answer this second one. It says, how successful was Jesse in high school track and field? How successful was he? Who can tell me?
Good.
The face says he was good. Yeah. How do we know he was good? I don't know. Put this up here again. Remember, we got to go back into the text. So go find where it talks. Actually, we were just there. Go find where it talks about him being really good in high school. We were just in the paragraph.
Oh, got it. I got it. I see it. I see it.
Okay, hold on. Hold your thought. Let other people think for 1 second.
It says great things during a time that was difficult for African Americans.
Omar, are you there? Christian, are you paying attention? You should be looking at your computer screen. Let me read the second paragraph again to you. It says, at the age of 9, Jesse and his family moved to Cleveland, Ohio. It was there that his athletic career began, with him competing in several track events, such as the high jump, 100-yard dash, and the 220-yard dash. By the time Jesse was a senior in high school, he had broken several school and world records in these events. So the question we're answering right now is, how successful was Jesse in his high school track and field career? Who can tell me, how successful was he? Alicia? Was he like just a little bit successful?
A lot.
A lot. Who said that?
Me.
I don't know who me is. Marwan?
Yes.
Alicia, do you think that Jesse Owens was really successful? Alicia? Hello, unmute yourself. Yeah, he was really successful. How do we know he was successful, Shalia? Unmute yourself.
Successful.
How do we know he was successful? What did he do in high school?
Successful because he was successful because he went to high school and he had a lot of jobs.
Well, let's go back to the second paragraph. Can you see the last sentence in the second paragraph? It says, in high school, he had broken several school and world records in these events. So how do we know he was really successful?
Because he had broken was a successful in high school. He had broken several school and world records in these
Events. Beautiful,
events.
Shalia. Good. So we can say Jesse was very successful in high school because the text says, and then I'm going to go right back to the text and find it word for word. He had broken several school and world records. He had broken several school and world records. In these events. Okay? So we're going back into the text, we're finding where we found our answer, and we're giving a quote. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's recap really quickly. When answering a question, you need to find evidence to back yourself up. So when you're answering a question, what are you going to do? Christian, when you're answering a question, what are you going to do?
Back yourself
Find evidence to back yourself up.
Beautiful, Christian. You're going to find evidence to back yourself up. You're going to go back into the text and point out where you found your answer. We're not just guessing and we're not just going off of memory. You need to show us that you know what you're talking about, right? And you're going to give specific paragraphs. So if you found your answer in paragraph 3, what are you going to say in your answer?
You're gonna say,
Faith, if you found your answer in paragraph 3, what are you going to say?
You're gonna say 3.
So like back here, I said in paragraph 2, it states, right? So if you found your answer in paragraph 3, what's one thing you could say?
And paragraph 3 states.
Yeah, in paragraph 3, it states. That shows that you're going back to a specific paragraph. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you guys think you can do this. Thumbs up if you think you can do this. Alicia's got a thumbs up. Marwan, you think you can do it? I think you can do it. Faithy, you think you can do it?
Together.
Yeah, we're going to do the assignment together. We're going to do exactly what we just did. So I'm kind of going to let you guys do it on your own, and I'm just going to be here to kind of help you out, okay? Does that sound good?